Hi, my name is adewale. I'm one of the directors at Ellsworth Properties Limited in the UK. At Ellsworth Property, we invest in properties. We also work with investors who are looking to build their property portfolio or people that are actually looking to start up in property for the first time as well. We also work with people that already have properties and are looking to sell up their investments or property portfolio which they've actually built up or over the years. We also have sellers that don't want to go through the traditional way of selling properties, but they just want to take advantage of us having investors lists and get their properties sold as well. In this video, what I'm going to be sharing, I'm going to be talking about the 95% mortgage guaranteed, which was announced by our Chancellor recently. Traditionally, when you're going to buy property as a first-time buyer or anyone at all, and you want to use mortgage, you need to raise what we call deposit. Now, when you raise the deposit, you need to also find out how you can get other part of the money to buy the property. So, for example, if you were to buy a property which is worth £100,000, you need to raise a deposit of 10%, and that means you need to raise £10,000, and the other £90,000 will need to come via lenders. Because of the pandemic, everyone was actually panicking. No one was fully aware of what the pandemic was going to cause. And then lenders were starting to pull out some of the product that they had there because they just wanted to be sure that people that they are lending money to will be able to afford it. Because when there is pandemic, during the pandemic and also recession, people were losing their jobs. So lenders were like, well, we're not really sure if these people will be able to afford to be able to pay their mortgage and all of that. So lenders really don't really like to repossess property because it costs them a lot of stress and hassle as well. So they will rather do all the checks and be sure that you are able to afford it. But if they don't have that confidence, they will start pulling out some of the product that they have. So what happened during the pandemic and the lockdown, it meant that if you were to buy property as a first-time buyer, 10%, as a matter of fact, the 5% deposit was completely removed. That was completely out of the product that we're offering. And the 10% which they were offering as well was also affected. So it meant that if you were to buy property as a first-time buyer, you need to raise at least 15% deposit. So if you were to buy, let's assume a property is £100,000, you've already managed to save £10,000, which is 10% of it. You will no longer be able to afford to buy that property. You need to raise another £5,000. Now, the government saw this and they were kind of looking for how they can support buyers, first-time buyers, and try to encourage them to keep on buying property. And also, they also wanted to give the lenders some confidence so that they can also be willing to lend money to buyers as well. This is why the 95% guarantee came in. So what it means that it actually simply means that if you actually raise your 5% deposit and the lender loan you 95%, if you were to lose your job or for any other reason at all, as a buyer, you are no longer able to afford the repayment, the mortgage which you are meant to be paying. Now, the government are now guaranteeing the lenders and saying that they are pledging to step in and to support right there. So if there's any cost that's related to repayments or the fees and all of that, the government are saying we are going to make sure that we step in and take that on ourselves. So because of that, lenders will now be encouraged to want to lend to first-time buyers. That doesn't mean that they are going to completely wipe out all the checks that they will do. They're still going to do their checks to ensure that you are able to afford the mortgage. The only thing that is going to happen is the government are just going to be there stepping in if events you miss your payments or you can no longer afford to do that. The government will step in and do that. I mean, the full detail hasn't been shared yet. Now you ask the question, so what if I want to buy a property which is, I don't know, £500,000? So 500,000, it's covered up onto £600,000. So if the property value is up to £600,000, what you're going to pay on property, then you are covered. So when it goes over £600,000, then that might not apply. The full details will be shared later at some point. But it's confirmed that from April 2021, buyers, not only first-time buyers, this also applies to existing buyers as well. So if you already have a property and you want to buy, you're already homeowner rather, you want to buy property, that ought to apply to you. And it's not only restricted to to new builds as well. It's also open to existing property that you want to buy. So I hope this video has been really helpful. The whole point of this is just to share what the scheme is about. Now, you may ask a question, is it actually advisable for me to go over and do it? I mean, we can only give an advice. As a first-time buyer or an existing homeowner that's looking to buy, we encourage you to take advantage of this as well, as long as you know that you are willing to carry on paying your mortgage, you can afford it, all of that, you can actually do it, because buying property is always a very good it's a very good decision anyways. This does not apply to investors. They haven't confirmed that yet, but I doubt actually it's going to be available to investors, but it's been announced that it's available for first to fourth-time buyers and existing homeowners as well. So I hope this video has been really helpful. Thank you for watching. My name is David Adewale. So if you want to reach out to us, you can just go on our website at www.ellsworthproperties.co.uk. Our details are there. You can just send us a message. I will reach out to you, or you can go on Facebook. Just type Ellsworth Properties on Facebook as well. We are also on LinkedIn. If you want to connect to me directly, just go to adewale.d.adewale on Instagram. I'm actually there, so it's adewale.d.adewale on Instagram. Thank you for watching.